Oh, dang, it's us.
It's us.
It's
Woo.
woo.
High energy.
High energy streaming. That's what we're known for. Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Casual Morning Show. I'm your host, Mike Pitts, and I hope that, like me, you've had at least one cup of coffee today so far. With me today, no, well, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get through it. With me today, I have the one and only Malcolm Jardine, and we're here to bring you a bright start to your weekend. So disregard the tired eyes and the even grumpy faces that you see in front of you, because we're going to bring you some positive, upbeat happiness to start your weekend. I am going to preface this a little bit. If you've watched the Casual Morning Show before, you know that generally we focus on a lot of good news. This week we're going to switch it up slightly. We're going to focus on a lot of interesting news. Because I don't
No
know,
good news.
some of it's good. It's good for some people, and that's the thing. It's not good for all people. A lot of our stuff is usually like, this is good for everybody. Not this time. Not this time. But
Well, I do have like just a straight positive story as well.
let's hear it. Give me the happiness.
Sure. So these researchers were doing like this month-long like search in like the jungles or the wilds of New Guinea.
Okay.
And they had a couple camera traps, and one of the camera traps
Bigfoot.
actually spotted a black-naped pheasant pigeon, which hasn't been seen for 140 years.
Oh, that's awesome. Was that like on the
Yeah.
extinct list?
I guess it was.
Yeah, I was gonna say if like they hadn't seen it for
Yes.
that long, I feel like they just throw that stuff on the
Yeah.
list. They're like, well, that's probably all dead now.
Yeah, it was last seen in 1882.
Jesus.
So, yeah, they were very excited. They actually were like filming themselves when they first saw the camera trap and their like initial reactions, and the two researchers were just like overjoyed and like shocked that they saw
Yeah,
it.
that's awesome.
But yeah, so it's now very endangered, but it is on the endangered species list.
Hey, you know what? moving up the ladder one step at a time. That's what matters.
The bird looks pretty unremarkable.
I don't want to be that guy. I feel like most birds do. Like everyone's like, look at this
It's not
bird.
like
I'm just
super
like,
colorful or anything. It's just
yeah.
kind of like, yeah, you're a pheasant.
What was it called again?
The black-naped pheasant
Okay.
pigeon.
Yeah. That
But
doesn't
yeah,
sound
it's-
remarkable, I'll be honest. But hey, I'm happy that, humans aren't
Yeah.
killing absolutely everything. That's
I think the like
good.
local name for the bird was the awu, like AWOU or something.
Okay.
I saw the video for like the researchers finding it yesterday, and I found the full article today.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congrats, bird, for not being entirely dead, which I guess you've known for the last 180 years, but we didn't. So add it to the
That's
list. I want to take a second to say well done and congrats to NASA for getting the Artemis 1 launched finally. For people who don't know what that is, which hopefully you do, but in case you don't, maybe not everybody reads stuff. This is the first step towards getting people on the moon again. So the Artemis 1 launched an unmanned spacecraft, which was the Orion, into orbit. That's going to go up around the moon and then come on back, just so that they can see how everything performs, running a bunch of tests and everything like that. But if all goes well, then they'll start moving towards putting actual people on the moon again, which is great, because then we can have space colonies. That might be another big step. But either way,
A little ways off.
a little ways off. But I think it's really cool. I feel like a lot of people were anticipating this for a really long time. A lot of people have also been asking for a really long time why we've never gone back to the moon. So, hey,
It is expensive.
it's very expensive. But there's so many billionaires these days. Just go to the moon.
Yeah, but this is one of the very few positive things Elon Musk does. He did like create like a reusable rocket, because part of the
Yes.
problem was it was just way too expensive to do
Oh,
it,
100%.
to make a new rocket every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact that private citizens have been developing like reusable rockets is a good thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I actually watched a video the other day of it was like a YouTuber, I forget who it was, or like a group of YouTubers, but one of them got to go on one of the Blue Origin rockets. It like goes up into space, chills in space for a little bit, and comes back.
That's what Bezos, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess that's the thing he still does.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe. I don't know. Either way, it was cool. There was like the person went up. It's like a really, first of all, there's like no captain in there. It's like, I think it's like 8 chairs that are like in like recliner position, so it looks super comfortable. Yeah, and then you just go up into space. You get to experience 0G for a while, look out at like the Earth, and then you fall back to Earth. The parachutes come out. You land somewhere in a desert. It's great.
Cool.
I have no idea how expensive it is. I'd love to be able to like...
Probably vary.
Oh, probably vary. But like, I do wonder, like, if you're sending 8 people, like where do you break even, and then where does your profit margin come in? Like, are we talking hundreds of thousands? Or are we talking millions? I don't know.
It's probably 10 million a seat.
That'd be a lot. You're crushing my dreams with numbers like that, I gotta tell you, buddy.
It's probably not far off though. It's not like, oh, we're gonna take the family to Disney World kind of trip.
I'm gonna write consumer rocket tickets into Google and just see what happens. I feel like that's not what I want. No. Well, if I can find out how much it costs, I'll put it in the chat.
It's probably so expensive right now they're not even charging people ticket prices that way. That way they're only like giving them to people to promote it.
I've actually already figured it out. It's actually less than what you were saying.
Oh,
So
okay.
for a suborbital trip on either Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2 or Blue Origin's New Shepard, seats typically cost between 250,000 to 500,000. Flights beyond that to actual orbit, which is a much higher altitude, are far more expensive. Those are 50 mil per seat. That's a jump. Like, and
well, one's taking a plane, the other is taking a space shuttle.
I'm gonna go back and find that video. I wonder which one he was in, because I don't know.
Probably the plane.
No, it wasn't a plane though. He was in a rocket.
Well, there's a plane-shaped rocket.
No. But like it was a capsule. Like the part that like separated, like the booster separated, landed itself.
But it was like, we're gonna let you do this, but we need the good press.
Yeah.
That's definitely what happened.
Once again, though, like this is why you got to become YouTubers, people. Free trips to space.
Sure.
I'd sell it for a ticket to space. I don't give a shit. Give me your Bezos. I'll do anything you want. Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Another happy story that isn't about me letting Jeff Bezos have his way with me. A 38-year-old man in the UK went into a coma. He's in a coma for over a month. This was due to he had a rare form of bacterial meningitis and tuberculosis. You know what I'm talking about.
Tuberculosis.
Thanks. Couldn't say it. In his brain. When he woke up, he had a ton of like new art skills that he had never possessed. Like, he said, like, straight up, like, before this, he's like, people used to like laugh at my doodles and stuff. Now he makes like artistic exhibits for like Comic-Cons all across the UK. It's actually awesome. I'll put the link in the chat when I can find which browser window I have this in.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like he has like an R2D2 that he did. He has a whole bunch of stuff. And yeah, he's just like he has no memory of like what happened, like when like of any like dreams he might have had in the coma, or like nothing. Like he has no memory of any of it. And he just woke up and he was just like, actually, and just was able to do this. Kung Fu. Yeah, exactly. But
he's Neo. Okay.
Yeah, he's like a father of one. Like his wife and his kid are like still like, they're like, how the fuck are you able to do this? He's like, well, I don't know, just do. That's it. You just got to do it. So let's link in the chat there. Yeah, but he has like a bunch of Star Wars stuff. He has, it looks like what's that robot boxing movie with Hugh Jackman?
Real Steel.
Yeah, looks like a Real Steel thing. Is that what it's actually called?
I think so.
God, that's a bad name for a movie.
But it's so fucking hard for a name.
It is Real Steel.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew it right off the bat.
They're trying to make a Real Steel too?
Yeah, of course.
This movie came out in 2011. Let
So?
it die. We're done. Remember
They
Super
did Godfather
Troopers?
Part 1 and 2, and then 25 years later, they did Godfather Part 3 because that was necessary.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, you know.
You never let a franchise die.
Remember what happened with Super Troopers? Super Troopers 1, great. It was awesome. Everybody was looking forward to Super Troopers 2. That came out so much later. I don't think anybody gave a shit.
I haven't seen it.
Me neither. I don't care to.
I love Super Troopers. I want to love Super Troopers too because Farva and it's so good.
Call his car Ramrod. One sec. I think somebody just knocked something over.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. It still shocks me that guy's married to Christina Hendricks.
Yeah. You know what, though? It just proves all you got to be is funny. You don't have to be good looking or talented. Just funny.
Yeah.
Kidding, I'm sure that guy's great.
Thing. Anyway. I've got another good story. This is a very large volunteer effort, but an island called Tetioro Atoll. Whoa,
that sounds hard to pronounce.
I believe it's in Tahiti.
Okay.
It's finally declared rat-free after 140 volunteers helped clear the island.
Hold on. See, when you said like there was a huge volunteer effort, I was like, maybe someone's building houses. You know what I mean? Maybe they're cleaning up garbage. There was 140 people that went and murdered rats.
Yeah. They had to make 160 miles of trails across the almost 1,300 acres of tropical island.
Jesus.
And they they eradicated the rat problem on the island, which is good.
Yeah, I guess like I can't think of any reason why rats are important to like the ecosystem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it did take them 3 years.
Jesus, that's like a
I'm
war. That's war timing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how many rats they actually disposed of.
I'm curious how they disposed of them.
I don't know.
Like, okay, here's a question. This was a tropical island, right?
Oh, yeah, bought by Marlon Brando. It's
At first I definitely thought you meant the dead rat.
No.
Like, what's he gonna do with all those rats?
No. It was bought by the actor Marlon Brando on a 99-year lease and is home to one of the world's most expensive island resorts.
Oh. Do people still get to go, or is he like, no, this is mine now?
Marlon Brando is very dead.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say he is.
But
dead,
his
though.
estate probably owns the island since they have a 99-year lease on it.
My God.
So, there were 2 species of rats introduced, the black rat and the Polynesian rat, both of which destroyed the local ecosystem of nesting sea turtles, skittish ghost, and coconut crabs, and dozens of seabirds. So, yeah.
Like, that cat is playing havoc with your green screen, just a heads up.
For anybody interested, this is Poppy.
Hey,
She's
Poppy.
new. Yeah, so, yeah, they got rid of all the rats from all 12 islands.
Nice. That sounds exhausting.
Yeah. But, you know, you can thank the British for bringing them over.
Yeah, I mean, always, right? So I think it was when Aaron was on the show, but we were talking about like the whole invasive species thing that just keeps happening every once in a while, like zebra mussels. That's like a big one for Ontario.
Yes.
That cow wants that microphone so bad.
It's
Oh,
okay.
man.
But yeah, no, there's always invasive species.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks, but that's life because people travel now. Okay. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to go into it. All right. So I'm going to, again, preface this by saying that this is good news for some people, but probably a lot of people are very not happy with this. Which is the whole FTX going under thing. Kind of be odd to not talk about it. Frankly, I've never been a huge fan of cryptocurrency. There's a reason why, in my opinion, a lot of regulations exist for a lot of things. And while I do understand how a lot of the system tends to not be in favor of like the consumer or like just, average citizen and things like that, going full no regulation to me isn't the solution. And FTX kind of proved that a little bit in the last week or so, because they were a Ponzi scheme is what it ended up being.
What? No, cryptocurrency was a scam.
Not all. Well, I mean, potentially all cryptocurrency, yeah. But FTX, so I've watched a lot of videos on this throughout the week because I was really interested in it. I didn't know much about like the guy who owned it, whose name is Sam, who's now net worth is like zero, and he was like a billionaire. I think he was worth 22 billion or something. He had a lot of money, which he doesn't now. But what he was doing, as far as I understand it, was so when it comes to cryptocurrency, you can obviously buy coins, but then with certain exchanges you can buy tokens. It's kind of similar in a way to buying like stock in a company, except you actually get something in exchange for it. So in this case, if you bought a lot of FTX tokens, you would get things like reduced exchange rates or reduced transaction rates or like whatever. There's like a trade-off for it. So people were fine putting their money into that. And FTX, like their tokens, the value was always going up. It was kind of like a you can't miss scenario, which should have been the first thing. Nothing in this world is a sure thing. Exactly. That kind of should have been, a bit of the writing on the wall. But again, like this is a very new thing. Not a lot of people can tell when things are going to go sideways. So as far as I saw, and from what I understood, there was someone who had there was another guy who owned like a ton of these tokens, and he's like a really big cryptocurrency person. And he said that he was looking to offload a lot of the tokens. Now, I don't know with certainty if this was because like he looked into like FTX and was like, this doesn't seem like a good place to house my money or what. But he's like, I'm going to dump all these tokens. FTX was like, hey, we'll buy those off you. And he went, nah, I'm just going to let it happen in the market and see what happens. What happened is FTX folded because when these tokens get sold, FTX is the one that has to pay them out, which means that they need to have the money to do this. However, a lot of what was happening, and again, I am not an expert, so this is as far as I understand it, is people were buying tokens, right? So FTX was getting the money for them buying the tokens. FTX would then give the money to they have like a sister company. It's like something research. I forget the name of it. And they were using that company to buy more tokens to drive the price up.
Okay.
Right? Which means that, well, you got to remember, cryptocurrency there's no legality to this.
Okay.
Right? Like there's no due process. Like none of that exists really. So, I mean, there could be some things like obviously you shouldn't do stuff like that. Anybody who
it sounds like something the SEC is going to have their greedy little fingers into immediately.
Maybe. I don't know. Again, like this is all like, I don't know how much legal anything can come into play here. I don't think that those laws exist.
I know there's already been like a Senate committee hearing like planned about FTX.
That's very good because the whole thing was like hyper fucked up. So basically because they were doing that and they were transferring the money away, they never had the money that was initially invested, right? Because they're just turning around and like reinvesting it, driving the price up, but never accumulating the money that they would need to be able to cover these tokens if they got sold off. So then what happens when they all get sold off? There's no money to give the people. They're selling off these tokens. People can't buy these tokens. So when people started like selling off these tokens, and being like, FTX, pay up, like I want my money, they were like, we're declaring bankruptcy. And then they did. And it's crazy because, like, you know, I would say probably you and I first heard of FTX more than likely around
TSM.
like TSM, League of Legends. Like League had an agreement with them. TSM specifically had an agreement with them. They had I think it was wherever the Miami Heat play basketball, that stadium had an agreement with them. Larry David had an agreement. Like so many people,
A bunch of pro athletes did.
100%.
I think LeBron and Steph Curry were also promoting them.
Yeah, like there was a lot of people who yeah, and I think a lot of people lost a ton of money on it, which sucks, but obviously this dude wasn't legit. Like it's crazy because a lot of these, like the videos that I was watching, I was specifically watching what's his face, Moist, whatever is Charlie.
Critical.
That's it is. Yeah. I was watching his stuff because he like I like the way he explains it. He's very monotone and funny about it. I was watching like some other people and they were kind of going through things bit by bit, and it's just like a lot of this was very predatory on how they were getting people to buy into FTX, because, you know, cryptocurrency for a while like was kind of a nothing thing, and then like the money started like flowing, right? So a lot of people get like, they get that FOMO, they get the fear of missing out. You know, GameStop happens, a ton of people make money on that, and you're like, oh, what's the next big thing? Because I want to get on the next thing. I missed the first thing. FTX kind of seemed to have taken advantage of people like that, which sucks.
Yeah.
But, you know, let it be known, if you have your money in like crypto exchanges and stuff like that, or like online wallets like that, just watch out for yourself. I on a whim one day, I think I bought like $20 worth of like Bitcoin just to see if I could make that 40. Invest what you're willing to lose. That's like the rule of thumb for all investments. Put in what you're willing to lose entirely. And I feel like a lot of people don't do that because they're like, this is my path to get rich. And like, don't play it like that, man. That's not the way to do it.
It's not the lottery.
I'm still on Wall Street Bets because I started following them like once the whole GameStop thing was happening, because I found it interesting. And the amount of money people lose just on regular stocks, forget cryptocurrency, stuff that has like a much more legitimate backing. Not to say that entirely it is legitimate, because obviously it's not. But like, fuck, man, you can't be going and losing like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars because you're gambling. Like, fuck, go to a casino then, I guess, but also stay out of that stuff. It's messed up. Yeah, so now I don't know what's going to happen with cryptocurrency. I'm sure a bunch of stuff's everyone's going to try to regulate it. People are going to push back because the whole point is to not be regulated, not to have the money with the banks. But at least a bank insures like $2 million on your bank account. You'd have something.
Like all the like esports and sports promotions are going to have to like go back, and they'll probably never take a like cryptocurrency sponsor.
Maybe. It depends how much money they get up front. That was the other thing too I was reading. So a lot of those deals that like FTX would have made, it's like they get a little bit of money up front, and then like every quarter or like every year they get more money. So when it's like a $10 million deal, they don't get $10 million up front. It's like, you know, here's 2 or 1 or 5. It's like a gesture of goodwill, and then you like trickle the rest in. So, you know, those people still made money up front, including Andy, that little piece of garbage.
Well, TSM's worth like $500 million, which is insane.
Yeah, because it's run by a lunatic. 100%. Happy news, though.
Happy news. The veil of Elon Musk is finally being lifted.
The whole Elon Musk thing is so interesting to me, because like
he's the new Apple. Because
I would say
when
he's
Apple
worse.
No, but like when Apple exploded, everybody was like, "Oh my god, Apple is the best. They can do no wrong."
I get what you're saying. Yeah. With the whole Tesla
like,
SpaceX,
it's the hot new shit. Like, yeah, I want a computer that's cost 2 times more than it should. Like, I really want that, And yeah, now Elon Musk buys Twitter, and he is running it into the ground. He's had it like 3 weeks.
It's so
Speaking about being on your knees begging people, he's begging his engineers not to leave right now.
yeah. While also trying to maintain like publicly, like we're fine, everything's fine. Like I don't need those people. I could get other people. And then he's like, also you're
That
the only
fire
ones
behind
that...
me? It's not fire. Don't worry about it.
It's so I really got into Elon Musk. Like, how old am I now? 33. Probably when I was like 25. Because I think that was right when maybe even a bit later, maybe like 2015, 2016. Like I got his like biography and stuff like that because I thought he was like he was doing a lot of good. And that's what I liked. Like he doing Tesla, he was trying to make electric cars popular, which I thought was great. Trying to make space travel cheap, I thought that was great too. I knew he had a bit of a crazy work ethic, and his expectations of other people was kind of nuts. But I was like, people don't have to work for him. You can leave, so it's like it's not so bad. And like I remember his biography really well. And one of the interesting things is when he talks about X.com. So way back in the day, for anybody who doesn't know, he had a site called X.com, which was basically supposed to do, it was going to be an online bank. He wanted to have like a strictly online bank. And then there was PayPal, who was doing like being able to send and receive money. Those two merged, and Elon Musk was the CEO, and he was like pretty young at the time. I think he was in his 20s when that happened. And he was trying to, like, he was being Elon about it. So he was trying to drive it in a certain direction, didn't really give a shit about what other people wanted. And then one day when he was on vacation, the board of directors got together and voted to, like, let him go. And it was like the first time he'd taken a vacation in like 10 years or something stupid, across like all the different businesses or whatever that he owned. So at that point, he kind of vowed to never do it again. But the whole thing, the reason why I bring up X.com is he wanted like an online bank, and then apparently in theory he wanted an online place where you could do anything, which is now what he's talking about, very similar to WeChat, which is why he bought Twitter. He has been after this X.com thing for like 20 years, and it's like the shit he just won't let go. Like everything he was doing with SpaceX, again, in my opinion, was pretty great. Everything with Tesla, for the most part, pretty great. I know some people complain about like some of the stuff with the cars, like the build quality and stuff now, but like fair enough, and that's understandable. I get it.
Build quality's going to go down when the demand gets that high. So
yeah,
blame yourself.
But like, I really feel like this is like, and you're seeing his true crazy.
Yeah.
And I think this is like the byproduct too of like, he always kind of went against the grain. Like that was pretty typical for him, just based off of like, stuff that I've read and whatever. But now he's like, he's going billionaire crazy, which is the unfortunate part. Well, trillionaire crazy, which is like, that's a whole new tier that we haven't gotten to experience fully. People, I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff that like the people who got fired have posted online. Like the way that they're getting fired seems really awful, and like the amount of people that are getting fired, then he just goes on Twitter and puts up memes.
Yeah,
it's like, that's shit, dude.
There was also like, he started off by like firing almost 4,000 people, and apparently they fired people that were essential, so they then had to beg them to come back. So it's like, why are you firing these people so quickly? Like just because you took over as CEO.
Yep.
And then he gave them like, oh, now you're not allowed to work from home, so you have to come into the office. And now it's like, I want you to work like 60-hour weeks and go like super crazy, or you can leave and we'll pay you 3 months severance. And almost everybody said, I'll take the 3 months severance.
Yeah, because that's the other thing too that I find like kind of crazy is like, I would say, at least this is more me speculating than anything, but like engineers at Twitter, they're not going to be bad. You know what I mean? And I don't think they're going to be hurting to go find other work. Like
like Elon's giving them a 3-month vacation and then they'll work at Google.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's not like they're going to be like, it's not like this company's never been heard of. Like they can point to specific things that they've done and be like, this is the stuff I worked on. And people will be like, oh, I understand what you're saying. Perfect. Here's your money and your job now.
Did you ever watch Silicon Valley?
I watched some of it.
You should finish watching it. But in one episode, Guilfoyle, he's like, "Yeah, I quit." And like as soon as he changed his LinkedIn profile status, he was getting phone calls from recruiters,
Yeah.
and it was like nonstop. And like it'd be the same thing for all like the experienced tech engineers at Twitter. Like they're all gonna go to companies that are as big as Twitter.
Yep.
Like, so Elon's just giving them 3-month vacation. That's all.
Yep.
So of course they're gonna say, yeah, like fuck you. I'm gonna. You're crazy, and you're driving this company into the ground.
Yeah. It's not
Like,
good.
name one good change he's done in the month that he's owned Twitter.
I mean, I did think it was really fun. What I have been loving is the like way people have been just being like kicking him in the shin consistently, like all the fake companies that people were making to tweeting like the real ones, and then everybody
blue check mark?
impersonating, yeah, with the blue check mark because you can easily get verified, and then like people impersonating Elon Musk and like all that stuff was incredible. That was actually one of the things that I was reading. I was reading tweets from TSM and the TSM social media team. Once the whole FTX thing happened, they had to change their name. And like there's a workaround where you can change your profile name on Twitter right now, where you have to like consistently refresh the page to be able to like let it get you in to do it. Yeah, like there's a way to do it.
That's a bug.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That's not a workaround. That's a bug.
Well, sometimes those are the same thing. But yeah, like they found it because that's what Bjergsen had to do to get TL Honda out of his name. Because opening tickets wasn't doing anything for these people.
Well, they fired 4,000 people.
Right? Who's going to do the tickets? They
don't have enough staff to deal with it.
It's so stupid. Oh, man. And like everything like leading up to him buying Twitter was also ludicrous.
Yeah, no, the whole thing was crazy.
Yeah. So, the lesson here is, I mean, Facebook sucks.
Get Instagram.
No. Like Facebook sucks. You don't want the metaverse because that's fucking ridiculous, and Zuckerberg's an alien. You can't follow Elon Musk. Just go back to MySpace, everyone. We were there. We had it.
Running still?
Yeah. MySpace exists. I'm pretty sure. Last I checked, it did.
You checking?
Yeah, 100%. It's there. MySpace is there. It's great.
Why don't we just go back to AOL Messenger?
Well, I don't know if we can go that far back. I honestly don't know what this is for anymore. This looks very music focused.
Yeah, usually that's what people do because you can have your songs be playing on your page.
Okay, you can't stop pulling memories from 20 years ago and saying you can still do that. We don't know that.
Do you think they've updated it?
Yes, with copyright infringement, I do think so. Yes. You think MySpace is paying to be able to have these songs on their profiles? They're not Spotify.
I don't even think these music companies care about MySpace and the copyright infringement.
Yeah, it's like 3 plays a year. It's fine. Just go for it. I wonder if I could sign into my MySpace. What Hotmail email address would that have been under? God, I would have been like, what, 17, 16? Somewhere around there. I was using MSN back then for sure. Oh, the good old days. Yeah, it was a tweet that I read somewhere. It's like, we used to have an amazing social media platform that didn't run off algorithms or any of this bullshit. It was called MySpace, and we were all stupid for leaving it. Yeah.
But Facebook was the hot new shit when it came out.
It was. It was great until that dude went crazy.
He was crazy always.
Yeah. Crazier. Now he's got all of his new VR stuff coming out, which apparently is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, his VR updates only show how bad VR is instead of how good his new stuff is. That's what you like. That's what you want. I really want to see if I can find my MySpace account. I put like my name. Oh my god. I don't know. I searched for my name. That's not me. I just put like MySpace, Mike Pitts. So it's like, am I gonna come up? Maybe this one's me.
Anyway,
No, that guy's in Florida. Anyway, yeah. What about what's next? I think we've talked about all the newsy news things.
yeah, I think so.
Looking ahead, what are you looking forward to?
I don't know. I don't know. I've got a little under a month now left in my semester, and then I get a nice long Christmas break, so that'll be good.
Nice.
For the meantime, I kind of had to just grind and yeah, do a lot of work. What about you?
What am I looking forward to? Christmas?
2 months from now.
It's like
A month
one
and a
month,
half.
dude. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, also, well, I know I talked about this before. The Troll movie. I've also been seeing a lot of trailers for what's that?
Old movie?
Yeah, the movie. It's yeah, you weren't on that episode. There's a movie called Troll that's going to be coming out on Netflix. It's based in like Norway.
Oh, okay.
And they're all speaking that language too. It's like it's subtitled. But
Okay.
the whole premise of the movie is that there's like a mountain troll,
Oh,
and it's like just busting shit up. It's like
I think I've seen the
Godzilla,
trailer.
but mountain troll style, and I'm here for it.
All right, cool.
I don't think it'll be good, but I'm gonna watch the heck out of it.
It might be good.
Maybe, but my taste in movies has never been top tier or anything, so I'm not overly worried about it. I feel like there was something else too. Gonna be celebrating someone's birthday on Tuesday. That'll be fun. Yeah, I think. Oh, also, is this week Punch Drunk Champions? Technically, no.
Oh, what
It's the last Thursday of the month.
is it? Is it really?
December 1st is Thursday afterwards. So,
Jeez,
depending how we do it.
okay.
I am looking forward to getting back into D&D. I know this week, for anybody who did or didn't see it on Thursday, we played our recording of Spicy Dice, where we ate like the Hot Ones lineup of hot sauces while eating spicy wings. Actually, it was chicken fingers, but either way. That was a lot of fun, which was cool. But I am getting back, or I'm excited to get back into like DMing again and seeing where the whole party and adventure is going to go next. I think that's going to be pretty great.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Oh, and the other thing I'm looking forward to is the second half. I don't know if did you watch any of the Critical Role, the Return of the Mighty Nine?
I'm so far behind, dude.
Well, you don't have to watch any of the stuff for the Mighty
No,
Nine
I
stuff.
mean, like, it's been ages since I watched any of it.
Well, on Thursday they did the first of a 2-part series, which is the Return of the Mighty Nine, which takes place 6 months after the campaign.
Okay.
So I watched most of that. It's Ukutoa focused, which makes me very happy. Spoilers.
Okay.
It's in the prologue. They literally talk about it within like the first 20 minutes. But yeah, that was like the campaign that I really got into Critical Role with. So I like seeing those characters again. So it makes me happy. I'm
That's
happy
cool.
they're doing that. So
Yeah, that's fun.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to. Just because I'm going to be too busy for now, I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to get Tactics Ogre Reborn.
I feel like you were talking to me about that game already.
Yeah, it was the one that I was debating getting during Extra Life. But it's a tactics game, very similar to like Final Fantasy Tactics or the Lions, because it's like the same people who made it.
Okay.
But I think this came out
Right.
first.
Right. I do remember what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so it's like OG Tactics.
Yeah.
Good.
Is that
It's
a
just
Steam game?
Yeah. It's got about 1,000 reviews right now. It's mostly positive.
What was it called again? Sorry.
Tactics Ogre.
There it is. Reborn.
Yeah.
Reborn. Oh, it needs my birthday. Damn.
It has ogre in the name.
That's true. It's scary stuff. Yeah, mostly positive. Almost 1,000.
This is like the start of the tactics genre.
Yeah. That would be a game that I would play. Except I'm fucking terrible at these games. Or at least I used to be. I feel like that's never really changed for me. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I'd like to play it, honestly, but
Yeah.
I'll throw it in the chat, though, in case anybody wants to check it out. Bam.
It's definitely something that I'll get and play during my Christmas break.
Nice. Yeah, I was also... One of the things I'm kind of looking forward to and what I was thinking about picking up is they finally released the Miles Morales portion of Spider-Man for PC. I bought the
okay.
regular version. That was like a month ago or 2 months ago. I've almost beaten it, so I was thinking about picking that up. And
Cool.
then there's like a ton of games that are finally coming out for PC that I want to play. Like the first God of War. Well, like the first remake. You know what I'm talking about. God of War for PS4 is on Steam, I think, now.
I know a couple people who have the current one.
Ragnarok?
Yeah,
I'd honestly love to play that game, but like no part of me wants to buy a PS5. Like
that's fair.
I'm
It's
done
apparently on
buying-
PS4 as well.
Yeah, but I also like that's gonna take so long to load. Like for me, that's not worth it. I won't. No. But I don't know. I don't. That's the other thing too, though, is like games like that. I'm not gonna play through them very much,
Yeah,
especially now.
and it's hard to justify spending $800 on a PS5.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do that. That's ridiculous. Like I'll keep buying Nintendo consoles, but everyone else just needs to keep putting stuff out for PC.
PC.
And that's how I'll buy it. And if they don't do that, then that's fine. I won't play those games.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox is doing it right. Just catch up, PlayStation. That's all I'm asking. Although, if you want a good game to play, Power Wash Simulator. If you need to like just not give a shit about anything, and just spend some time.
I just play TFT Hyperroll then.
It's not. You don't get the same satisfaction as you do in Power Wash Simulator. Let me tell you. When you get everything looking clean, ooh, it's nice.
Does that mean you're in the subreddit Power Wash porn?
I
Or
should
power
be.
washing porn.
No, but I am in.
It's literally
Plates.
just videos of people power washing like sidewalks.
When
and
that stuff comes up on like TikTok or like when they do like the rug cleaning, oh my god, I love it so much.
Power washing porn. It's a subreddit.
I believe it. I not once did I doubt you.
I'm subscribed to it. So I see those videos all the time.
You got to, man. Just you need something to brighten up your day sometimes, and that's the kind that's gonna do it. I'm literally.
You know,
going
there
to
is
do
something I would recommend.
it. Okay.
Getting another cat. Because Poppy, you know, when I was holding her,
Yeah.
like 30 minutes ago,
Yeah.
all that's happened is she's moved down 2 inches. She is still like full on sleeping on top of me.
Nice. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna have 3 cats in this house. I'll be honest. I got the 2. They're brothers.
Missing out, man.
It's great. No. I need more coffee. Shit. No, man, we got 2 cats and a dog. If anything, we're gonna get another dog down the road, probably. That's my expectation. I've always wanted a golden retriever, so that's probably gonna be the. We also need to still fence in our yard. That's the thing. That's why I haven't been playing a lot of games either. It's like there's just a lot of stuff to do around the house, which is great. Like I'm happy to do it, but
Do you need a fence for the dog?
yeah.
Or-
So on one side of our house, there's no fence. It just leads into the backyard. The backyard is all fenced. It's weird that the people who lived here before never did it because they had a swim spa here.
Okay.
And you, generally speaking, usually can't have like an open body of water of that, like that kind, unless there's a fence up. But they had like a fence they would just like unfold and put in its place. And they had a dog. Like they wouldn't even let the dog run around the back. It's very weird to me.
Well, if you don't want to like put up like the physical barrier, you could always put up one of those like was it those electric fences?
Oh, like the
So-
invisible fence?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just gonna put up an actual fence. We already we've already measured it out. We just have to get the pieces and stuff. And then we're gonna install
And
it because
wait for summer.
Hmm?
And wait for summer.
no, it's gonna go through concrete. Concrete's not gonna get any more hard because it's cold outside.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, if it was going into ground, I would 100% agree with you. But like so our driveway like goes all the way back to where there's like a bit of a drop off, and there's stairs that go like into the backyard. So we're just gonna do it at the top of that.
Okay.
So they're just gonna put it into the concrete and should be it. We'll see. It's ridiculous how much snow we're already getting here. That's one of the downsides is the shoveling. Our
Didn't
neighborhoods
Buffalo get like 6 feet of snow this week?
did they? We
Yeah,
didn't.
they got hammered.
Sucks to be them.
Yeah, it's been mild here this week, like +3 for a
Jeez.
couple days. I think. Yeah, it's supposed to be like pretty good weather.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
And we had the -23 already.
That's stupid. That's
Yeah,
what that is.
like high of 1 today, 2, 2, 4, 4. Ooh, it's gonna be fucking tropical here. Friday, it's gonna be a high of 9. All right.
All right, you need to calm down over there. All right, buddy.
Hey, you gotta enjoy it when you get it here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair.
A week and a half ago, it was -25. When you guys were saying, "Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's +21 here." Like, screw you.
All right, that's fair. Let me see. What's our next week look like? Getting more snow on Sunday. We're gonna go into the positives. Monday will be 1. It's like 1, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2. It's not too bad. But this weekend we're -3, -5.
Oh. Oh, Mayor bought tickets to the Christmas market here
Ooh.
that starts up in December.
Nice.
If she hasn't bought them, she plans on it because she's been talking about this Christmas market for like a week now.
Nice. Yeah, I know there's right. So, you know where things are in Waterloo-ish. In Uptown, they do like a big thing in like Uptown Square or whatever it is. They already have like the tree that's up. They haven't like put the lights on it yet or anything, but apparently there's gonna be like a whole big thing up there. And I think part of it turns into an ice rink. So probably
There's
go
also a
check
Christmas
it.
market in downtown Kitchener.
Yes. Yeah. I know about that one too. But yep, we're planning to go check that out. It should be cool. I just want. Oh, actually, there's a specific thing. I don't know. There's more stuff that's happening. There's a lot of plans that are going on that I don't keep track of very well myself. But that's what teamwork is for. I make the internet
makes
work in
the
the
dream
house.
work.
That's what I do.
Oh. You woke up and started biting.
You're
Ugh.
just being too loud.
No, I was doing like the full body like rub with my hand, and you're like, "Oh, too much sensation."
Nice.
She's a very chill cat, though.
That's good. I have one more recommendation.
What's that?
The Curse of Oak Island is back this weekend, which everybody
What?
should be watching. The Curse of Oak Island. It's the
Oh,
show
no.
where they dig for gold in Nova Scotia. Well, sorry, that's not true. It's they dig for treasure. There's a lost treasure potentially in Nova Scotia on Oak Island. These guys have been. This is season 9, I think.
If it's taken them 9 years not to find it, probably not their
It's
best.
taken all the people who have owned the island over 100 years to not find it. So listen.
Okay, well, it's definitely not there then.
No. It's there.
100% not there.
The crazy part though is like, so usually what happens like every 2 seasons or so, they'll do like a dig, which like they never go down in there, which I'm sure is for like safety purposes. But they just get like this big claw thing that just goes down. It like chomps, grabs stuff, pulls it up. Every year they find like tons of like wood from underground for like where all the old shafts that were down there used to be. And they carbon date all the wood and they know it's from like the 1800s or sometimes the 1700s. But they never find anything worthwhile.
The treasure is the friendships they make along the way.
Well, the interesting part is they tested the water, and the water has enough particles of gold and silver in it that it should be worth what the scientists, this is science, was saying is around a dump truck worth of gold. Like for the amount of like parts per million that was like coming off of it, I guess, in the water samples that they were taking down in these holes that they were digging, somewhere down there, there's stuff. Listen, they're going to find it and you're going to have egg on your face. I'm going to watch them fail at it though.
Yeah.
Because it's
If there was
interesting.
that much gold, do you want to know who would be there? The gold diggers.
They don't. The island is owned by the people who are currently digging on it. It's private property. They can't.
They'll just like pay to like lease the land for a year and then do their like clean sweep mining that they do. Have you ever watched any of those?
I
Like,
haven't.
oh, they'll like get like land for the season in like Alaska or whatever,
Yeah.
and they take like bulldozers and they just chew up huge. It's like they're farming dirt. They'll just like scoop it all up and then put it in this machine that will kind of like wash all the dirt. So
Oh,
the only
okay.
thing that like the only thing that's left is the gold.
I don't think that would work specifically on this island, because first of all, the treasure's like 100 feet down, and if you
It
bulldoze
doesn't exist.
if you bulldoze that far down on an island, you're gonna get real wet.
Well, if they can't get it, then it's not really treasure because it's just, some metal that's underground.
Listen, I think you need to watch one of the episodes so you can understand where I'm coming from, dude. You watch bullshit all the time. Watch one episode.
I don't watch
Don't make
these
that
shows. I
face.
watch clips from these shows.
Okay, well then I'll send you clips from Oak Island.
Oh, no, thank
You
you.
can find out about the ship that
I
they
don't-
scuttled to create a swamp. Why would anybody do that? There's so many questions, Jordy, and
Because
you're
they
just
wanted a
not.
swamp.
Why? Who wants a swamp, you loon? What were they
It's an
hiding?
ecosystem.
What were they hiding? That's
Nothing.
what we need to figure out.
They
gonna
weren't
get to the-
hiding a damn thing.
We're gonna get to the bottom of it, dude. We're just getting started.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
If you like that, you might like the opal miners that are in Australia.
Is that a TV show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like similar to the gold one, but this one, almost all opal comes from Australia. In case you weren't aware,
I didn't know that actually. That's fair.
and there's all different types of opal, and like the most expensive type is called black opal.
Okay.
But yeah, like 150 years ago, like it was like the huge. We had the gold boom. They had the opal boom.
That sounds like a
And-
less good boom.
It's worth a lot of money. But there's tons of these areas that have just like mines, because you have to go pretty far down to get opal.
Oh
'Cause
really?
opal is just like, I think it's like fossilized trees, basically, like prehistoric trees.
Okay.
So you have to go like pretty far down, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's really pretty, but it's worth so much money.
Really?
Yeah, they'll have like stones like this big, and if the like quality is good, it's like, oh yeah, that's like $12,000. All right.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's some good cheddar. All right,
It's
maybe I'll
pretty
take a look
interesting.
into that. I will admit though, it's more of the treasure hunting that I enjoy, and also making fun of the narrator of that show, because like they'll be like, "Oh man, we found this this chunk of wood at the bottom of the ocean," and the narrator goes, "Wood in the ocean? Could it be that this was a piece of the famous ship?" And like he just goes into it. It's like, why is everything a question after they've found something? It's like, oh,
That's
we found
because
this
it's not
coin. A
actually that
coin
big.
on the island? Could this coin be from a Knights Templar treasure? It's like, shut up. But either way, I watched the shit out of it. So
The other one that I occasionally look at clips on, it's another gold one, but this one's from Australia, because they're known for finding giant nuggets of gold.
okay,
Like almost all of the huge nuggets of gold that have been found were found in Australia, and like I think, forget how big the largest one is, but it was like 144. It was huge. But it was worth like
Jeez.
millions of dollars. And yeah, these guys will be like going over old mines, that like gold mines,
yeah,
and they're like, oh, they pick up this like clump of dirt because they've got like metal detectors and it's going off. They clean it off, and it's like this big is chunk of gold. It's like, what? That
Oh my
was on the
God.
ground.
that's nuts.
Yeah.
It makes me happy that like treasure is still like a legitimate business practice. Like you can just go for treasure and make money off of it. Those times aren't gone. Forget, hey, everybody, listen, get out of cryptocurrency, invest your money into treasure hunting. Because
Yeah.
honestly, I think you'll come out better.
Yeah. So the largest, it's called the Welcome Stranger. That was what they named the gold nugget. The largest one is 78 kilograms.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a couple. That's a couple kilograms.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
It's found in Victoria, Australia.
Well, the more you know.
Yeah, and like almost all of them are from that area. Like all the biggest nuggets ever found. It's weird. Australia is just like a hidden treasure island.
Damn, we live in the wrong place. You know what treasure's in Ontario? Nothing. It's all in Nova Scotia, but 100 feet in the ground.
No, it's not.
All right. Well, that coffee's moving through me. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, jeez. I'm working on a research paper for school. That's pretty interesting. My topic is 5G infrastructure in rural Africa.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah,
Oh, good
because
for
they
them.
don't have a whole lot of cellular like setup already for infrastructure, so they just get what's
They
the
just go
current
right
thing.
to 5. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah, you're going from like one of the things was like it's like e-learning in Zimbabwe.
Mhm.
It's one of the like research papers that I'm going through right now. Like only 29% of the country has radio.
Jesus.
So like and they're implementing like 5G in the country now.
So I'm assuming then they don't have like landline internet either.
No, not so much.
Okay.
Like in the big cities, yeah, but in the rural areas,
Yeah. Well, it just
No.
means that like the connectivity is gonna like skyrocket if.
Yep.
Now, but the other half of that problem I feel like though is getting them devices at an affordable price to them that they can connect with. No.
see, smartphones
Mhm.
super cheap outside of North America and Europe, and they're everywhere. Like it's not an iPhone, but
Right. Okay.
like,
Okay. I got you.
it's like Huawei or whatever. But like they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna have a desktop or a laptop, but everybody has a phone.
That's crazy. Good for
Yeah.
them. That's good. I mean, internet really should be a basic human right at this point. Like everybody should have access to it.
Yes.
It's good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. So I'm researching about how they plan on implementing it terrestrially and aerial,
Okay.
because they do a hybrid method, because it's like the plains in Africa. It's not the easiest thing to just fucking throw cables on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's interesting.
Nice. I like that.
And I'm trying to delay the stream as much as possible. since
No, I
it's
know
a-
what your plan was there. No, I get that. But hey, just want to say thanks everybody for coming out. We're the Casual Ones. We stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. This Tuesday, you can catch us streaming the Snowcatch Valley Fall of '99 campaign, which is run by Aaron, which we do some like almost like a college student monster hunting sort of thing.
Mhm.
On Thursday, I'll be honest, you're going to get one of two things here, and I don't know which it's going to be. You're either getting Cyberpunk with Ray, or you're getting Dungeons and Dragons with me. I don't.
If it's the last
Scheduling
Thursday, it should be Cyberpunk, but Ray might not
The
realize.
scheduling is where the problem might come from, 100%. So check out our social medias and our Discord and stuff, and we'll make sure that everybody knows what's coming. And then on Saturday, right? Oh, fuck. A week from now, you can catch the Casual Morning Show with myself and someone, maybe someone's. Sometimes we have 3 people. It gets really crazy in here.
Yeah, I'll probably be there though.
Yeah, there's a high chance. All right, everybody. Thanks again for coming out. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
See ya.